this event. We have our guest here, Dipl engineer Anton Kathrein from the Kathrein Werke, Rosenheim, Germany. It's a partnership for more than a decade with our university, accompanied with Mr. Frank ULLMAN and with Rudy. It's easier to say. Also, the Kathrein branch in Romania is represented here by Mr. Tomin. Now we have to look to the future, signing a new agreement, and we have to put additional targets. And I think that some ideas should be discussed as improving the scientific cooperation, so developing topics to be analyzed as research possible in our university according to the interest of your company worldwide or in Timisoara. On the other hand, to try to apply together for different funding for research. We have also national programs as partners, company and university to apply for these directions. So it should be a new way of cooperation. On the other hand, talking now more about the third part in the University of Applied Sciences in Rosenheim. As said, we send a lot of Romanian students abroad, in Germany especially, to work for diploma work or for practicum or in universities, which is extremely important for their experience and for the degree of the internationalization of our students, our university. But on the opposite direction, here in Timișoara, we are teaching a lot of programs in English. Electronics and telecommunications in English since 8 years, all the topics. Also, this is valid for other directions. So we expect students from Germany or from other countries to be here as visiting students for 1 or 2 semesters, or why not for a longer period. We already have this experience. Yearly we have 4 or 5 students from Germany and 2, 3, 4 from France and so on. So we have an international environment here. So we would like to see students from Rosenheim visiting our university for at least 1 semester. And putting together these 2 directions, I proposed here in research and in student exchange in this direction, from Germany to Romania.
Here to Romania, it's more important that we have a very upgraded, skilled people which can produce our very sophisticated products. So we are producing mobile communication antennas, TV and radio broadcasting systems, and all of you are using our equipment whenever you use your cell phone, or whenever you switch on your radio, or whenever you watch television. So thank you very much for that. And for all of this we need, as I said, very, very educated people, and these partnerships gives us the possibility either to recruit people directly from university, and before they are educated as an engineer, we give the people, the young people, the possibility to do practicals or experience in Rosenheim or in other areas in Germany, where companies of us, of Kathrein, are working with these young people. In the meantime, we have increased our number of peoples of Kathrein. Now 18% of our whole employees, which is 6,850, are working in Romania. So this is more than 1,200 people which we engage here in Bucharest and Timisoara. And we have also a very big success story with our turnover we do here in Romania. Last year we were able to make 100 million of turnover with production and sales activities in this region. So, as you can see, we are very, very successful here in this region, and we have also invested last year more than 7 million euros in our factories. So it will be a long-term relationship we have established here. And this agreement which we signed today is also a sign that we have a long-term view in this cooperation.
I used to say, if our town should have had 10 enterprises like them, our town would never have financial or economical problem. So let us wish ourselves to get 9 more Kathreins to come here to Timisoara, because we have working power, we have intelligence, we have good mentality. We are Timisoara in the world. We succeeded to send to Germany for better qualification over 150 students. Most of them came back with better know-how, with more knowledges, and with the wish to work together with German companies. At the same time, we had also possibilities for German students to give them places for practical work here in German enterprises. So we developed a series of German people who learned the practice in Romania and our mentalities and our things. Kathrein Institute developed a lot of connections in Germany in almost 40 towns. And the most important connection is with the Fraunhofer Gesellschaft. We are representing the interest of Fraunhofer in this area. So Kathrein Institute represents Fraunhofer here, and our hopes, underlined 10 days ago by somebody from our government in Germany, we hope that in a short or longer time we shall succeed. Last but not least, I have to thank to all the people of Kathrein, and mainly to Anton. Without him, our institute couldn't live, and you can be sure that he helped us, the institute, the faculty of electronics, and the university as often as he could.
I'm very proud to say that in our activity, we always remember as an example of good practice what we have achieved together, Kathrein, Politehnica University and the University of Rosenheim. It's for us an example we always put in front when we are trying to convince that this is possible. This is possible to have a very performant, a very excellent activity. Here, Kathrein really managed to implement the highest technology. That's very important. Romania offered, with some cooperation, some skills, some technical achievements, but here we can really see, and we are all witness of the development of Kathrein in Timisoara. Really, it's the highest level of technological production, which is really implanted here, and that's an important point. This cooperation between the university, the Kathrein factories, and the universities of Rosenheim, it's an old one. We are not wishing that all the cooperation to enter in some common development. We want new goals, new targets, And I think that with the new management, the new wish to have more important and even better targets in the future, we can succeed to put our cooperation to an even higher level.
Mr. Tommy showed me everything, and then he said, I'm a little bit proud. I think this development of our factory, and we had here in Timisoara, of course we also started with pretty simple production. But then the factory grew, the products became more and more difficult, more and more advanced, and now it's no more simple production, it's really high technology, and it's the most complicated antennas we are producing here in Timisoara. And this is only possible because of the environment, because of the surrounding, because of the people that are here. And the people depend very much also on education and on the university. So for us as a company, it's important to have the balance between the university, between research, and between the economy, between us as a manufacturing company. Of course, it is also the competition about the best heads, about the best skilled people. But we see it also as something that is helping the whole surrounding, the whole environment. And it's not only for us; it's also it's not only for us as a production, but it's also for the whole society that's around production. It can guarantee that the development stays stable and will go on. So I really think that we can all be proud about what was achieved here, and I wish that also this partnership will remain and even grow, and maybe will be filled with more projects and a stronger relationship. So all the best for the future. Thank you.
I should concentrate on extending my sincerest expressions of respect for what has been achieved in the past and what is lying in front of all of you and all of us in the years ahead, and congratulate on what has been achieved.
So we expect in Germany a big hole in the next year. I don't know exactly, but it will be soon. And we will have a big hole, a big leak of engineers. So this will be a problem. So we have today already to think, how will we cover this gap, this hole? University from Germany, FH Rosenheim, Professor BRAATZ, and then they will explain much better their programs and their ideas. But what we need as in industry, we don't need only good engineers, but we need also the mentality. So Romania for us is very closed, not only by distance, but also by thinking. It was really almost no problem. Okay, there was some time of adjusting, but it was not a big problem to integrate BOGDANOV, for example, in our team, or other Romanians. So all what we are doing today here, this signing of this paper, we think it's very important, not only for you, not only for the universities who are preparing these people, but finally also for the industry. And this is our interest. We need these people. Thank you.
We are really very proud to have such a nice cooperation on the one side, of course, with our company, which out of our own town, and also with a cooperation with your university, which so far as I know already lasts since more than 15 years in general. And for our university, it's one really of the very close cooperations. Of course, we have about 70 cooperations totally, but I think out of the 10, you are, of course, nearly more or less at the real top of our cooperations. And we really want to continue the cooperations
whatever it might be, either maybe more exchange of teacher professors or an intensive cooperation between student exchange, or also maybe in future, because we started in the last years with real research and development in our university. In the meantime, already about 30 young engineers are employed in our university in the field of R&D.
Together with the UPT, we had a lot of common projects. We managed a European project, the Reinnoirea project, some years ago. Some is something about 10 or 12 or 13 years now. It was a very successful project. It was a project with 5 partners, I think, 2 universities, Kathrein in Rosenheim, in Timisoara, and Rudolf in BRAATZ in Germany, and in Vienna, another international partner. At that time, done to lead joint power, joint venture, and it was a very fruitful cooperation since that time. A lot of students going from Timisoara to Rosenheim, visiting Kathrein company, learned a lot about the technique in that company, and of course, vice versa, we also visited with our students, your university,